You guys carry a season-high winning streak into tomorrow's game. What's been going right for this group?
I think just the system-wise, everyone knows what they're doing out there. We trust each other, and obviously we have won 5 games in a row here. Believe we're a great team in here, and we just got to keep it going.
Offensively, you guys have also been scoring a lot of goals as of late. Kind of what's been working on that side with the puck?
I think Todd, ever since he came in, he wanted us to shoot a little bit more, get the puck to the net, get bodies in front. You know, it's always hard when the other team is shooting and you don't know where the puck is going, kind of. I think that started off right when we came here, and if you shoot more pucks, the puck is going to go in. And I think we're doing a great job. And obviously, we forechecking well, turnovers, creating, and our power plays we're very effective right now.
You scored your first goal of the season against Columbus a few games ago. How is that feeling for you? And just kind of where do you assess your season so far, with the new coach coming in too?
I've been starting slow. My game, the whole game. Ever since the start, ever since the training camp, obviously, kind of feels like it's picking up now. I'm just trying to shoot the puck a little more, join in the rush, be aggressive in my own zone, and obviously it was nice to see it go in. But I feel like winning games is more important right now. Yeah, we're doing a great job.
There's been a lot of versatility in the deep courts too. A lot of guys changing pairs, combinations, injuries. How do you kind of navigate that challenge of maybe playing with a different guy different nights?
Yeah, it's tough playing left and right, different deep courts, but it's how it is right now, and obviously it's tough to change, but you always got to go out there and play your best, try to step up for the team. Now we're playing well. A couple of guys injured, guys stepped in, playing very well. Albert, and so I think we help each other out there on the bench and stuff like that too. So it's been working well.
And last one for me, obviously facing Chicago, your former team. They come in to tomorrow night's game at the bottom of the standings, but how do you not overlook that and still keep focused on every game in this league is a challenge?
We know that obviously looking at the standings, but they're a great team. You know, they have top players in their team too. We got to be ready from the start. Play full 60 minutes. I think we can do come down on the top.
Thanks, guys.
Has this gotten a little bit easier for you now? I mean, going back and forth, just understanding the routine of it, kind of.
I mean, yeah, it's, you know, I would love to be in NHL full time for sure, but the situation what it is, and just going day by day, and you know, trying to put like good days on top of each other, and just, you know, enjoying it. And it's been a lot of fun down in GR, playing games and winning games, so confidence is high, and you know, just try to do my best.
Were you at home? I'm guessing when you found out about that change?
Yeah, I was in GR.
Okay.
I drove last night here, and
no, I mean when they changed coaches on December 20th, during Christmas.
Yeah, I was at the airport actually.
Oh, you were?
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, I all the best for Newsy. He was a great coach. He's a good human being, and so like I said, all the best for him. I like him personally, and hope all the best for his family too.
How much are you able to pay attention since Todd has gotten here? It seems like this team has really turned it around. How much are you able to watch and see what's happening up here?
I watched a couple of the games, and you know, the team is doing really good. Everybody's playing for each other and for the logo, and it seems like guys are having fun. Even at the practice, they are hard, but getting the job done, and it's 5 games in a row right now winning, so it's a good start for sure.
Your season in GR, you have to feel good. It's like you're really maximizing your time there.
Yeah, I mean, it's like I said, it's been good playing games there, being around Coase and Campbell, great guys, awesome guys. Good goalie coach there too, Finnish guy Rope, working some stuff with him, and you know, it's just like I said earlier, just go day by day and try to enjoy it at the same time.
So how are you handling the living here? What are you doing as far as
I'm a little bit everywhere, to be honest. A lot of hotel nights, a little bit here. But no, it's not too bad. It's 2 hours away, so the drive is not too hard. Been seeing family too, so it's important stuff as well.
Do you like the opportunity you got the other game? Moved you up on Dylan's line for a while, and you had that nice chance. I think it was in the third period, just getting an opportunity like that.
Yeah, I mean, it's cool to, playing on a wing or a center, it really doesn't matter for me. I think it's just wherever I get, whatever line combinations I get out there, I'm just trying to do my best. If it's 5-on-5 ball, play PK, whatever, I'm like just trying to get out there and do the best I can, help the team win.
Is it how much of an adjustment is it when you go from center to wing? Is it?
I think I've played winger before, so I know like kind of what it takes to play winger. I mean, it's harder on on breakouts. It's a different job, for example, where you have to like do more wall work than just stay in the middle and support. So there's different parts of the game you have to play a little bit different, but all in all, it's just getting out there and getting the job done, I think.
You guys are bringing a season-high winning streak into tomorrow's game. How do you keep this momentum rolling?
Yeah, I think the vibes are really good in the locker room right now. Practices are really good. I think we're practicing more with a really good purpose. I think we're just trying to get the structure in, play a structured game, and play solid for 60 minutes and try go for the next win.
Asking you lots of important questions, but maybe more importantly, just let everybody know that Hockey Town and here in Detroit is thinking of those people in LA. And I'm not just saying that obviously because I have a lot of friends and still some family there, but we're obviously aware of what's going on there, and we are sending our prayers to those people.
Do you still have property there, Todd, or did you?
I do, yeah. Right now, I do, yeah. But
Is it impacted yet, or?
No, but that's a tough question to say. Hey, I'm okay, because a lot of people aren't. So.
Kind of terrifying to see the pictures. I mean, the house is engulfed in flames.
You know, if you've lived there, you understand the density of the trees and how dry it can be, and the wind. It just like funnels through those mountains and it just howls. So those poor firefighters and poor people had no chance.
Did you ever come close? I mean, they have it almost seems like every year.
No, we've never been close. We're pretty close to the ocean. I'm a lot closer to the fires in Kelowna than I have been in Manhattan Beach. So, okay, hockey questions.
Alex Lyon, is he?
Day to day right now. He may get on the ice as early as tomorrow. See what happens. PD went on IR. Never a good sign. He's likely not going to play this week, and we'll see where he's at the beginning of next week.
Well, you've played Johansson a little bit with Ed, or mostly with Edvinsson, I think, haven't you? What did you like about that, or what do you see with that?
Well, what took us there is probably how did we get to that? Well, we're aware that they played together in the minors, and I think Gus has played well over the last little bit. Him and Justin have given us good minutes, so without disrupting everybody, let's try and keep that pair together. They're familiar with each other and see what we can get out of them. So, and I thought Albert had even a better night the second night than he did the first. Obviously, he hadn't played for a while. So.
We talked about Patrick Kane the other night, and he's maybe the best known quantity in the NHL. But when you come into a new team, you have guys like Berggren and Kasper, who there's much less history with in the NHL. How do you get to know them as soon as possible and what they can do?
Create relationships. Every coach talks about it in every sport, but it is important. But you can't just walk in and say, "Hey, I'm Todd. Come and sit with me. Let's have lunch together." They don't feel comfortable like that. So you've got to create moments where they let their guard down a little bit, make them feel comfortable. I always use the analogy if somebody said, when I was in school, "Hey, Todd, report to the principal's office," it usually wasn't a good thing. And you went in there very nervous. So bringing them into my office isn't always a good thing. Although I want them to know when they come there, it can be good. But sometimes meeting them on their turf, whether it's on the ice or on the bus or hotel or somewhere, makes it a little bit easier, especially for the young ones.
And with guys like that, do you look at video? And you talk about clean slate, but like with Berggren, he has some offensive history in this league. Like what a guy like that.
Yeah, he does, and I have to rely on others, but I'd like to formulate my own opinion. He's done a lot of really good things to increase our confidence level in him. You're never in the same place twice, so you're giving it back or you're gaining it, and he's done a good job to this point of gaining it within our eyes. And we're the ones that put him on the ice, so that's always a good thing for him and for others if they approach it that way.
Just from your experience, how long does it take to build the relationships and feel comfortable with the new team?
Oh boy, I don't know if it ever ends. Because you just got something going good and it can get derailed by an action that the coach creates or maybe that the player creates, and then you've got friction and you've got to start all over. Not unlike, in my house with my wife and 2 boys. Like, it's going good until it isn't, and then you got to work on things again. So, but that's life, that's relationships, and I don't think there's ever a true timeline.
Does seeing some results this quickly in your time here kind of help the players trust you a little bit more and open up a little bit more?
I hope it does. They're trying to put into play some of the concepts we're giving them, and when you get rewarded for doing that on the positive side, it can only help with trust. But there'll be some ugly days. We're well aware of that, and that's where trust will be really important. We're going to have to guide them through that and get them out of it as quick as possible. But the trust is more important then than it is when it's going good.
For you, with the evolution of younger players, what's that been like to kind of learn as a coach, where guys come into the league, skill level has never really been higher when they enter the league, but their guys use different tools to get ready than they did when you first were head coach 15 years ago now? Like, what's that evolution been like when it comes to what you've learned about connecting with the younger players now?
So if I understand, like going to San Jose in 08 in comparison to now when you had Logan Couture or Kasper, what's the difference between the players?
Yeah.
I think that the player at that time, if I use Logan for example, outstanding young man, needed to learn how to really play the game. He had all the tools and everything, but he would be closer to the old school style where, sometimes it was the proverbial kick in the butt, not physically, but, and it worked. I'm not sure that the young players now react to that real well. Players want to know why. They don't just want to know how, they want to know why they're doing things, why things are happening, why they're getting more, why they're getting less. Sometimes, why are we doing this in practice? And if they understand why, then you have a better chance at success. Logan would have never asked why. I think some of these young players will ask why, and we have to be prepared for that.
Does that raise their hockey sense?
I'm sorry?
Does it raise their hockey sense when they know why they're doing something?
It can, yes, absolutely. If they know why did we do what we did in practice today, and how can it help them, they'll be more willing to do it. If they're just randomly doing stuff and they don't know why, then they'll get bored quick and they won't value it one bit.
It feels like they can make the next decision off that too a little bit though, right? Like
I'm sorry.
Sorry. It feels like maybe that helps them make you talk about playing instinctively. If they know the why behind it, I guess, like they can pivot off of it too.
Well, it should create, why did we do this in practice? What was it for? Okay, if it's going to happen in the game, maybe I can anticipate and speed the play up a little bit. And I guess that goes to your hockey sense. Maybe we're trying to teach them to read certain things and react to them quicker.
Looks like you're giving Kasper another look there on the Larkin line. What did you like from that third period? And moving forward, what do you hope to see from him?
Well, forget about Marco and Joe. I liked the fact that our team responded in the third. We didn't skate well in the second period. We were in mud or whatever you want to call it. We were spread out. We weren't playing as five. I'm not saying that Marco and Joe flip created the change, but it happened. We woke the team up by doing it. And, from there on, Joe scored the tying goal, and Marco had some real good chances. So we're going to give him a run up there, and I made sure that Joe knew he wasn't centering that line now because he was playing poorly. In fact, sometimes it's the opposite. We trust him enough to go down there and take care of that line.
Do you see the offense in Marco? That it's going to come at some point?
I believe it will, yeah. You look at the situations that he's put himself in on the ice. He's there. Without being there, you never really get the chance to score. He's there. Now it's just the finish part, and it'll come. He's a young player. Leon wasn't scoring 40 or 50 goals in Edmonton right off the bat. He was figuring it out, what he could get away with, where he needed to be, and then his instincts and skills took over, and look at him now. And I'm not saying Marco's going to be Leon. Let me clarify that.
What's kind of your notes that you've kind of take from both your goalie coach and maybe from the Grand Rapids coach about Ville? If you do, obviously you're waiting on Alex Lyons' health, but if you need Ville in the game, what have you kind of?
Well, Ville isn't a unknown quantity. Obviously, he's played in the league for quite a while and had some real good years and good games and good time. So it's not like we're bringing up a kid we've never seen play before. Or we're worried about him being a little bit gun-shy in the locker room or in the league. This is a veteran player. He's been around this team for years. He knows everybody. He may not know some of the nuances we're trying to put into play, but he'll pick them up quickly. And from there we'll see where it all goes. But we're excited about having him.
With Comfer, how do you evaluate him based on production versus the kind of 200-foot game and everything else that he brings?
The second part first. So the 200-foot game and everything else that he brings. If he's doing that and he chips in with some goals and points, which he has to do as well, then we've got a real good player. If he's just trying to score and he omits all the other stuff, we're probably in trouble, and I think he knows that.
During this stretch, how big has the bench been in maintaining momentum, swinging momentum during games, or just the voices that group brings for the five that aren't on the ice?
Yeah, they're becoming more vocal. They're obviously really quiet when we started, but I don't think anybody knew where it was going to go. It's a little more vocal, a little more positive. So that's good. Our play, though, is we've come out of the gate and we've kind of puttered out a little bit in the second period. And we bark a bit in between, and then they do it again. So we got to flatten this out a little bit and try and keep it level. And that's a task that's ahead of us.
You talked the other day about having forwards in kind of pairs and fighting the third. Is Kane and DeBrincat safe to say that's one of the pairs you kind of identify?
Yeah, it would make sense that they would be the two. And they have played together in the past. You can see they read off of each other and understand how each other thinks or maybe manipulates the puck in certain situations. So that does make sense.
Are you going with Cam tomorrow?
We'll be going tomorrow.
Okay. Yeah.
Out of practice today, I couldn't really overhear, but you said something quarterbacks and receivers in one of the drills. Just like, what's the analogy you were trying to draw there in that drill?
Well, who's more important, the quarterback or the receiver? It's different. Every one of us is going to answer that question differently. The quarterback and I'm talking about passing. The quarterback can throw the ball right on the numbers, right into the receiver's hands, and if he's dopey and doesn't grab it, well, it makes both look bad. Or vice versa. The receiver can be wide open, the quarterback can throw the ball 15 feet over his head. They both look bad. It takes two to complete a pass and to execute, and I think that's what I was trying to say in that situation.
Is it safe to say that you're an NFL fan, by any chance?
Yeah, Lions fan.
You haven't gotten to meet Dan Campbell yet, I'm sure, Todd.
No,
is there anything about him, just the way he coaches, that's kind of appealing, or?
I think he is what he is. Just if somebody said, "Can you describe Dan from the outside?" I haven't shook his hand. I haven't been in a room with him, but I would imagine that when he's talking to you, or he's talking to the players, or he's having dinner at home, he is who he is. There's no fluff with him. At least that's what I could see.
Okay, thanks.